What's the deal, y'all? This your man King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with another video. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button for me. And this is probably the most random diss record of all of hip hop. And we heard many diss records. But this one right here is probably the most random I've ever seen. I don't even remember how it really started. I remember hearing this in Hall of Game back in 1996, and I was like, wait, hold up. Why is E-40 going at a basketball player in AZ? So, according to Clarity, this was around the time, keep in mind, that E-40 had a chip on his shoulder, man, because he had already felt disrespected by hip-hop, especially with a lot of people out east. Like when Big made that comment about him being whack, like he don't F with E-40, and E-40 had to press him in Cali. So a lot of people didn't take a liking to E-40 style like they do now, especially when a lot of his criticism came from the East Coast. And it just so happened that Rasheed Wallace plays sentiments to that. Because, he's from out here. I think he's from out here. He played ball out here. So the intro starts off, and he has Cal Loves talking about Rasheed Wallace. And he said this, and quote, he said, when they asked him about the hip-hop thing, what did he listen to? He said, I listen to this real shit. The Redman, the Wu-Tang, I don't F with the Goody Mobs, and I definitely don't F on E-40's. And that was a sentiment that Big had at the time. Like, they put some extra on E-40. And this record itself was, was very unorthodox. E-40 has a very unorthodox style. But he said his name. Graduate from the dope game. Fat ass Wallace. What's that nigga name? Rasheed Wallace. You gonna have to learn to respect your elders, man. I'm 28, nigga. You ain't no need for you to record hate. I don't know, remind you, nigga. Then he went at AZ. And AZ don't diss nobody. That nigga said, got a motherfucker on my shit list. I'm gonna cut off his dick list. I mean, my hit list. I mean, rest of shit piss list. Dude be hanging around Nas. Gay baby. Nigga said something. He said gay baby. Nigga said some negative shit about me in the magazine called 480. After watching New York Undercover, I was taking a shit. Kool Keith was on the front cover. That's when I spotted it. That nigga AZ tried to say I deserved the platinum plat. Nigga, I was selling tapes out of my car while you were around drinking Similac. All up in your fake ass videos. Champagne on coffee for the skrill. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where all this come from. That's what I wanted to know. Like, where did he read this from? I was looking for the video, article, whatever. So I read this on the comments when I was looking at this channel. And it said, E-40 said here, according to him, I was actually watching Rap City on BET and Joe Claire. I call him Joe Cleasy, was the host. And he was interviewing Rasheed Wallace. And he was like, what do you think about hip-hop, Rasheed? You got Wu-Tang, Redman, and Nas. I forgot the other names he mentioned. He mentioned a few East Coast rappers. And Joe was like, you got them over there, the East Coast, and on the West Coast, you got E-40, and the South, you got Goody Mob. So Rasheed Wallace was like, I don't fool with them E-40s and them Goody Mobs. It's strictly Wu-Tang on mine. Wu-Tang is good people. I never said anything against none of those people who he named. It was just that he dissed us. So I said, F that. I'm sitting here watching myself. This ain't no he say, she say ish. It's not like had somebody call and say, like 40, Rasheed Wallace just clown you on TV. Nah, I sat there and I was watching. Like this motherfucker clowning on the boss. I said, I'm finna get on his helmet. I felt like this motherfucker was a hater, so I recorded Record Haters. The way AZ got in, it wasn't really his fault. I blame the magazine 4080. They had said some issue in there that made it seem like AZ was trying to clown me. But he really wasn't. I came to find out. Actually, I like to kind of apologize. It was a magazine which is not in print anymore. Journalists and magazines can be messy. It was really bad at the time, in 1996 especially, because, that's where a whole lot of these wars started happening in hip-hop. But I want everybody to know that years ago, me and Rasheed Wallace squashed our situation. He came to me and apologized. We were in Portland doing a big show with like 10,000 people for a radio station out there. Rasheed was hosting, and backstage he was like, man, 40, always wanted to let you know, I want to just apologize, brother. I'm a man and I respect the hustle and everything you brought to hip hop. I was immature back then. Man, I shook his hand. We got up on stage and shook hands and squashed that little ish right there. So I ain't got nothing against him. Matter of fact, I'm a fan of him with his basketball. Back then, I said, stick to basketball. Let me know what I do as a rapper. You do what you do. I have no problem with him in my heart. He said what he said, but he was man apologized. I respect that. And it was dead right there. But it's a very bizarre record, man. I'm like, AZ don't really go at anybody. He don't bother nobody. So how did he get in this? But that was just the times, yo. Magazines was messy. Cats caught strays out of nowhere. It was just a jungle at that time. So that's where it stands right there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. You can check the record out yourself. It's good that they squashed these issues. This is King Eric signing out. Holla.